Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can figure out what channels you can pick up at your location with an antenna. Mounting an antenna in a random spot and just kind of hoping for the best doesn't always get you all available channels out there, especially if you're in an area that relies on low-powered repeater stations and you may think, oh, I have to point my antenna towards the city. You may have the repeaters coming from a different direction, which would definitely hurt your reception. Having a list of the stations that broadcast in your area can be a very good baseline to help you figure out what stations you should be getting, if any are missing, and what steps you need to take to get those stations. If you are seeing me for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. One thing I do want to say is do not use tvfool.com. This used to be a very good reception analysis website up until about 2 or 3 years ago. The databases are not up to date with the FCC repack, and the majority of information on it in terms of a TV station, their broadcast pattern, the channel number they broadcast on, is not accurate. And using TV Fool is just going to lead you in the wrong direction. So please do not use TV Fool as a reception analysis website. The first website I'm going to talk about is AntennaWeb.org. This is probably the most common and familiar to cord cutters who use an antenna. When you type in your address, make sure to check the mark that says the antenna will be installed 30 feet or more above ground level if you're using an outdoor antenna. Even if you're only going up 10 or 20 feet above ground level, click this check mark anyway. After that, it will provide a list of stations that you can likely pick up. It lists them in order from strongest to weakest. Yellow and green signals are strong and would work with smaller antennas. Red signals are fair and may require a medium-sized antenna, while blue and purple signals are weak and will likely require a large antenna with a preamp. If you click on the TV station, it will show you the sub-channels available in addition to the main channel. This is pretty cool because most of you probably don't know that your local ABC7 also broadcasts maybe a MeTV station or a comedy channel or a weather channel. Most TV channels have sub-channels and AntennaWeb.org does list them. Make sure to look at the RF channel a station broadcasts on. In my situation, even though WFMZ brands themselves under the channel number 69, they are actually broadcasting on the VHF band channel 9, which means you'll need a VHF capable antenna in order to pick them up. Even though AntennaWeb.org is a good resource to start with, it does have its flaws. I noticed that the website tends to underestimate the amount of channels a person can receive. There have been many situations where it says no stations available, but you're able to get many stations. In my situation alone, it says I can only get 30 channels, but I can get 50 channels relatively easy. If you notice some channels are missing, you can always move the push pin on the map closer to where the transmitters are at to get a better idea on what stations are broadcasting out of that area. Another great resource that's a bit more accurate in determining what channels you can pick up over the air in your area is the FCC DTV reception maps. If you type in your address, it will provide you a list of channels that are likely to be picked up. If you click on one channel, it will show you the direction on a map where it comes from, and you can sort of zoom into your house to see exactly where it's coming from on a street map. If you see weak signals from multiple directions and you want to pick up both of those stations, you may need a rotator or 2 antennas set up. Combining 2 antennas directly has to be done a very specific way or it will mess up your reception. I do offer setup guidance services on my website at antennamanpa.com if you're in this situation. On the FCC DTV reception maps, green signals are strong, yellow signals are fair, orange signals are weak, and red signals are very weak and will likely need extreme measures in order to be picked up. Although the FCC DTV reception maps is a great tool, it's not perfect. For example, it does not show the sub-channels that are available on each TV station, so you'll have to look them up manually. You can usually find the sub-channels by looking up the Wikipedia article of a TV station. So for example, if you have WTXF Fox 29 in Philadelphia, if you type in wiki WTXF in Google, it will provide you the Wikipedia page, and then just scroll down and you can find the subchannels. Another flaw with this website is that occasionally the network affiliations are off. For example, in my situation, it lists WDPN as an NBC affiliate, but it's actually a MeTV affiliate. I also noticed that a lot of the time, low-powered repeater or translator stations aren't listed on the FCC DTV reception maps. This is actually kind of funny because the FCC is pulling from their own database, yet they can't get it right. Is there anything our government can do right? Another great website you can use to figure out what TV stations you can pick up at your location is RabbitEars.info. This website I found to be the most accurate, but it's pretty technical and the average person may not understand exactly all the information on it or how the website works. Click on Signal Search Map and type in your address. Click Search, hit Move Pushpin to center of map view, and then adjust it as needed. If the website does not show your location after typing in your address, you can also use your GPS coordinates. These can be found by going to Google Maps, type in your address, and then holding down the left mouse arrow near where your house is, it will provide you a set of coordinates. Copy and paste them into the latitude and longitude field on RabbitEars.info. You're free to change some of these default options, such as the height of your antenna and how far you want the site to search for stations. After that, you can hit go. There you'll be provided with a list of stations that can likely be picked up, along with a lot of information about each channel. If you click on the station's call letters, it will show you the sub-channels or any channel sharing that's going on within the RF channel. If you click on technical data, it will show you the average video bitrate of each channel. You can see that the bitrate is sort of on the low side in my area from the 10 channels that are being shoved on one single RF channel. The average bitrate of a major network is usually between 7 and 12 megabits per second. I may get more into this in a future video. If you click on the transmitter distance, it will show you exactly how the signal is getting to your house. You can see that with a strong signal, it's line of sight, but on a weaker signal, it may be diffracted off a mountain ridge. In my experience, any channel that shows up below the red poor signal level usually cannot be picked up reliably, especially if the signal margin is in the negatives. Of course, this report is an estimation and your results may vary, but I found that to be the general rule. Between these three websites, you should have plenty of information to determine what TV stations you should be able to pick up with an antenna and how to get them. Understand that weak stations are sometimes tricky to pick up, and you will likely need a larger antenna mount outside, sometimes with a preamp. You also need to make sure you have the right antenna fit for the frequencies that the TV stations broadcast on, because a UHF antenna is not going to pick up VHF stations well, and a VHF antenna is not going to pick up UHF stations well. This is why I offer custom antenna recommendations on my website at antennamanpa.com. There I'll go through your unique reception situation, take a look at the frequencies where they're broadcasting on, how strong and weak they are, and make a determination on what antenna will work best for you. Antennas are not a one-size-fits-all model, and buying a random antenna on Amazon probably is not going to be appropriate for the frequencies in your area. And even on my YouTube channel, there are so many antennas I reviewed. You're free to use as a resource, but if you want my professional recommendation, visit my website. Thanks again for watching my YouTube channel. If you notice you're having reception issues on one or two channels in your market that isn't present on the other channels, it's possible that they may be operating at a reduced power due to the mess the FCC repack created. I read a news report that said about 20% of full-powered stations nationwide are operating at a reduced power. I attached a video in the description of this video that shows you how you can figure out if a station in your area is operating at a reduced power temporarily. If you're on Facebook, like my Facebook page at facebook.com/AntennaManPA. If you are not on Facebook and would like to receive email updates on when I post new videos, consider signing up to the email list. I also attach a link to that in the description of my video. Thanks again for watching and have an awesome day.